it was, I would say, a headless group. You know, it was a leaderful group, but Meghan definitely chaired and guided it and made sure that we were all heard, and that we ended up focusing on political actions that there was a consensus around. And we did end up focusing on raising the minimum wage. First, believe it or not, to $10 an hour, which sounds really old school at this point, but eventually to $15 an hour. First in Mountain View, but we eventually spread that work all around Santa Clara County and to some of San Mateo County. We kind of carpetbagged to different cities. And it ended up being one of the largest raise the wage movements in the country, if not the largest. You know, it was very spread out around different cities, so it often doesn't get counted, but it was a very big and successful effort. So I have faith that Meghan can do big and successful things. And lastly, I'm excited that she's running for the El Camino Health District, because she'll be the first person that I know of elected there with a mental health background. And personally, you know, clearly we're in a time of health crisis, but the pandemic that we're surviving through has only exacerbated a mental health crisis that was with us prior to the pandemic. So, and I think that treating the two go hand in hand. And so I really think we need somebody in office there who understands mental health as well as physical health. And with that, Meghan has my full endorsement. Take it away.
Thank you, Allison. Susan, you're muted.
Hi, everybody. I am delighted to be here and to welcome everybody also. And I'm introducing Josh Becker, who is our candidate for state senate. And I believe he is now on the call. Josh and I met in 2008 in the Obama campaign, when it was just a fledgling campaign on El Camino. And I've been with him through all of his campaigns and many other activities. So, Josh, are you here? Josh is walking home. He just texted me. So if he doesn't come on in a few seconds, we may want to switch things around and go to our Kahoot.
We can do that.
Just let's move on to the Kahoot, Ellie.
Brilliant. Okay. You all should have gotten instructions in an email. I know there's a couple teachers on here who definitely know how to do this. Oh wait, he just got here. Never mind.
Josh, I just introduced you and said how we love working on the same campaigns and met in 2008. And I'm not going to go through the whole run through. I'm going to turn it right over to Josh Becker.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone. I apologize. I'm walking home from downtown Menlo Park to my house. Oh, sorry. Okay, I think we're unmuted now. Hey everybody. Sorry, I was walking home from my from downtown Menlo Park to my house near the Dutch Goose, if you know where that is, and didn't quite make it home before we got going here. But I just want to say that I'm so excited that Meghan is running, and we had talked about this really for several years, and I think that some of it's just obvious for those of you who know her. You know her values, you know her energy, you know the commitment and dedication that she will bring to this role. But certainly her position as the only mental health advocate and really with mental health doctor and with the experience that she has is truly unique and is so needed. We do, even pre-COVID, we had a mental health crisis in our state, and I've seen it with you know, my own kids and their friends, and then also just in talking to people throughout the community and working in suicide prevention and dealing with this issue at all ages. And then during COVID, it's only exacerbated this issue. We did a event during my campaign for crisis text hotline, where my wife is also I've been a volunteer for, and we just see that this is one of the urgent crises and the urgent needs in our community, and something that I'm looking forward to working with on the state issue, and very much believe that we need people with the experience that Meghan has to carry on this work at a local level. So I couldn't be more happy to endorse her and support her, and Alex too, by the way. And so just, you know, I'm not sure what else was discussion, or if there's anything else you want me to discuss, but that's really what I'm here to do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Josh. It's good to have so many faces from so many paths in life here. And thank you, Josh, for your support. And I will definitely be fighting for mental health on Healthcare District Board. With that, our infamous, I don't know, famous Ellie Green is going to lead us through, I guess, something most high schoolers know about, which is called the Kahoot. And it's like this quiz game. So those of us who aren't as cool and young this can be a way to indoctrinate ourselves into the hip youth culture. And
Nice. I played it once before, so we'll see. Is it a Meghan quiz? Now we'll see. I'm curious.
Meghan. It's half Meghan. And if it gets too tech complicated, just put your answers in the chat, because we don't need to get too hung up on the tech. Okay, with that, over to you, Ellie.
Yeah, so like Rohan already said in the chat, Kahoot is a quiz game. We do it a lot in high school. Dana, who is a teacher, was nodding along. I'm guessing you've used this before. It's a pretty new thing. There should have been instructions emailed to you as to how to do it. It does require a separate device. So as Emily was saying, we have Vote Dr. Meghan masks. They're downstairs, so I'm not going to run and grab one, but they should have been emailed to you. So there are two options here. If you want to compete in the formal competition for a Vote Dr. Meghan mask, then join our Kahoot. I'm going to share my screen now so you guys can see it. If you just want to hang out, goof around, just put what you think the right answer is in the chat as we go.
I'm responsible for playing a song while we try to either go to kahoot.com.
I have to play the music because I mean, you could play music. I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
There's the Kahoot music specifically.
No, we don't. No.
Even too annoying.
It is annoying music.
I feel like we need to
show
them.
I'm going to put
what it is.
The birthday bash playlist in the chat. So anyone who wants to know songs I like and listen to it later, you're certainly welcome to. But we were going to put in, I better win this if it's a Meghan quiz, says Alex. Alex is my husband, for anyone who did not get that notification. That happened during quarantine. So that is the link to the Spotify birthday playlist. You're welcome to mute yourself and play it in the background at any point. And the song, thanks Adina. One of my favorite songs, every time I was cramming for a test the next day and it was like 4 in the morning or something, I think I can play it if I have it on mute, or if I don't have it on mute.
Maybe.
Let's just try it, and if it doesn't work, we'll turn it off. Can you hear?
Yeah. Perfect.
Because I was born in December, you know.
Also, the Halloween Kahoot music is obviously the best. I will not be taking any criticism on this.
What's the question?
Eva put in the chat that about beatbox Kahoot music, there's different variations of it, and I was simply saying that Halloween was the best. But
go ahead,
Ellie. You would be right on that.
I would be correct on that. Okay, does anyone else want to hop on the Kahoot? And otherwise, like, just put your answers in the chat. Goofing around, just trying to keep it lighthearted and fun. If anyone else wants to join, I can wait. Give it.
No, let's get going.
Or shall I get going?
Yes.
Okay, let's start it. So yeah, just feel free to talk. If you know what the answer is, don't say it out loud.
You can put it in the chat if you want, right?
Yeah, a big thing we do in class is try to shout the wrong answers, if that's something you want to partake in, but that's just because we're annoying. So yeah, let's see who's on top. Rohin, congratulations, you're winning. Yeah. Megan, do we have our music or did it disappear?
I thought it wasn't working. I can put music back on.
Oh no, we're doing the Kahoot music.
But it was good.
Okay, so the correct answer was to give everyone ATM cards.
Huh.
And Emily takes the lead. Alex, I thought you were supposed to be winning this.
Yeah, Alex may be the husband, but I'm the one that Megan loves the most.
Apparently there's a competition here that we didn't know about. The correct answer is 113,000. That's a lot of people. For reference, that is why we are fundraising, because that is how many people we're trying to reach. So that's how we do it. See. Emily is still in the lead. Dana's coming up. Alex, for shame.
Is there a way to pause the Kahoot music?
Yes, I can. The music was choppy, sorry. Yeah, so there's currently only one Democrat on the El Camino Healthcare District Board. That's why we're trying to get Meghan elected.
I thought, is John the only one?
And Emily is still winning. Alex, again, I thought you said you were going to win this.
Using the way we all know that.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was the RV band.
It was raise the wage.
That's a joke.
Allison touched on earlier. And the reason why we have the minimum wage that we do in Santa Clara County. So that's amazing. We have one of the highest minimum wages in the county, and not in the county, in the country. And that is a result of Meghan's hard work. So.
And many other people here.
It was fun.
I'm sorry, Alex, you're not on the scoreboard. So, obviously, we hope all of you are voting for Meghan in this upcoming election. In third place, we have Naveed. Thank you very much for playing. Second place, we have Dana. And in first place, we have Emily, I think, I'm guessing. No, we have Rohin. Emily, you were dethroned. Well done. And not on the scoreboard, we have Alex, who claimed he was going to win, and I'm never going to stop nagging him about that. So, Rohin, I will be dropping off a Vote Dr. Meghan mask. As we get more donations and stuff, we'll keep doing things like this to pass out masks they're pretty fun, they're funky, they have a fun pattern. It's just her logo. But, yeah. That's a Kahoot. Now we have a couple more speakers, and I'm going to pass it off.
And I'm delighted to be introducing Dr. Marilyn Winkleby, my friend, who is an epidemiologist and a professor of medicine emerita at Stanford. She's lived in Mountain View for 35 years and is on the boards of Mayview Clinic and Hope's Corner and serves the homeless in many ways. For the last 5 years, she served on the El Camino Community Benefits program that gives grants to schools and nonprofits to help meet the health needs of underserved and at-risk community members. I'm delighted to introduce Marilyn.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Megan. So I've known Megan for many years, like many of you, and I'm delighted that she's running for the El Camino Healthcare District Board. I think this is especially important because it's ironic, actually, that the board does not have anyone with mental health expertise. This does not mean that people aren't aware or dedicated to it, but there is no one that comes in with the training of mental health. Not only does she have the experience and expertise, she understands the mental health challenges that are facing the district, and she's committed to expanding mental health services. So even before COVID-19, like Josh was saying, there was a growing need, a huge growing need for quality, affordable mental health services. We know that hundreds of people can't afford private therapy. We know that there are a lot of other people that they have insurance, but they can't get a timely appointment. And there are many, many low-income residents who are uninsured. So now that we have COVID-19, this has created huge stresses that will continue to create stresses as people survive COVID-19 but have physical ailments that are serious, so that are possibly a lifetime, that will create mental health issues with them. We know now that the stresses are associated with job losses, having children at home instead of at school, isolation from others, fear of evictions. So how pervasive is this? A recent CDC and national survey found that 40% of adults in the US are currently reporting that they're struggling with mental health or substance use problems, 40%. And there's a recent San Jose survey that asked people if they were fearful now or in the future of ever being forced out of their homes. And 50% said that there was some fear associated with that. So why do we need Megan? We need her because she understands that young people, people of color, essential workers, caregivers, all suffer disproportionately. She understands that foster and transgender youth have special needs. She understands that services for isolated seniors need to be expanded. She knows that a lot of groups do not view mental health issues the same. Some are reticent. Many view it very differently. Some people want it to just go away. Some people feel that if you talk about it, you're saying that one of their children are going crazy. Some people think that it's just a phase. Other people want the services but can't obtain the services. So she knows that all groups don't view the mental health services the same, and the outreach efforts need to be tailored to enhance the acceptance of the services. But most importantly, Megan, like in all of her work, understands that the community always needs to be involved, listened to for guidance and advice, and responded to with empathy and understanding. I know that Megan will articulate our community needs as a member of the El Camino Healthcare District and advocate for not only increased quality intervention mental health services, but preventive health services. She's going to be very busy. Good luck in your campaign. We need your expertise, and I'm delighted to endorse you.
So much, Marilyn. Thank you. So I would love to just say a few words. It's really interesting to do a shared combination kickoff and birthday party. So I'm just grateful for everyone taking time on the Saturday night to celebrate birthday, and whether near or far, kind of hear about the campaign and join in that. The campaign is sort of a long time coming, so it's kind of part of what makes it really beautiful to have everyone here. So John Horniger is on the call. I met John when I was 7 years old. I went to a creative problem solving conference with my parents, and meeting John was a life-changing moment for me. So, we don't even talk very often over the years, but I went to this creativity conference and learned through my experience meeting John and other people at that conference, and not who's also here, that we don't have to, it was just a profound experience to be 7 years old and realize how much there's more possibility in terms of how adults and people can interact with each other from a place of love, problem solving, collaboration. I just never seen grownups like hugging that much and coming together and brainstorming with Post-its as to like how to solve problems and then actually doing something about it. And also just having a lot of like spirit around why are we really here on this earth. So at 7, I was just like very touched by that experience. For those that, you know, I've only gotten to know more recently, I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and I grew up in Hyde Park, which is this incredibly diverse neighborhood, both economically, ethnically, racially, but Chicago's also very segregated. So growing up, I was just very much in this world where it was so clear how much inequality there was. I didn't just see wealthy people around me or just see people that were struggling. And I was born a very sensitive being, and it just always hurt to see the suffering both close to home and in the home, but also outside the home. And I'm grateful to my parents for bringing me into a world of like thinking about things differently and creativity. And so that's sort of like what brings me here today, just of, you know, I wanted to be a therapist my whole life. I care about love and wellness, but it just has been so clear to me, you know, from a young age that we can't be whole and well if we don't change the political and economic institutions that we're in. So when I went to grad school for psychology, everybody wanted to go do yoga, and there's nothing wrong with yoga, but yoga alone, I don't think, is going to necessarily get people out to vote and get people to challenge some of the like way corporations have hijacked our government and our democracy. So over the years, things have definitely evolved, but I guess I'll just say in terms of El Camino Healthcare District, there's this way that there's two worlds that are blending now, the like ferocious pursuit of like wellness and love and people actually being able to feel good, and how to actually address that on a systems level and from a place of collaboration. I believe so deeply in coalition work and team building and the power of people and the power of their voice and insight. And there's this wild, amazing opportunity called a healthcare district that we have here. And granted, it oversees an amazing hospital, and it gives money out for amazing organizations. And yet, I think that there is such an opportunity at such a time where we need more than ever, like all hands on deck and innovative solutions so we can come out of this crisis, actually taking it and making some opportunity from something that has been so tragic and challenging. And I think that opportunity is to like truly, truly fight for healthcare for all from a place of equity, do it from a place, not just, you know, handing out checks, but also thinking on a systems level, how can we create and advocate for policies together with, you know, with school board, having the health district, school boards, county, city council, and even going, you know, having the health district go to the state and say, here's policies that need to change if we're gonna have equity for our people and our community, because things are not working right now in terms of the way our healthcare system and our economy is run, and it's not based in a place of love and compassion at the end of the day. So love and compassion, I have learned, also means being really ferocious and fighting, and it can look pretty fierce, but that is why I'm running, because I want to bring people together. People were surprised. There's one Democrat on the board right now, and essential workers they all had the protective equipment. They did pretty good with that, but there are some serious issues in terms of the administration and management and workers feeling safe. The nurses were on strike, almost went on strike just last year in 2019. So we do need to also improve the way our healthcare workers are treated. So I will share more offline with folks about what I'd like to change, but I would say the top 3 things I want to work on is actually creating a vibrant civic institution out of the healthcare district, not what is often perceived as a hospital board, but a vibrant civic body that is all about equity and involves the people and it has transparency. The second thing would be mental health, and Marilyn spoke to it. Mental health for all, equity in terms of mental health, and really understanding that there are different populations and mental health and behavioral health are inextricable from physical health. So as long as we're neglecting that, we're not really treating the whole person and we're leaving a lot of, us behind. And the third thing, just fighting for healthcare workers and really bringing that stand for the people that are working to the board. So those are the things. In terms of mental health, we have some Mountain View Coalition for Police Reform folks on this call. One thing I would really love to collaborate with our communities on and re-envisioning mental health first response. The healthcare district is the perfect place to do that. It is the perfect place. And as a therapist and as a person, the way we have done mental health first response has not worked for a really long time. We want to protect our patients and our clients, and we have to grapple with, do we put our clients through the trauma of when they're really in danger of getting help they need, but the help itself we're gonna have to process later because of how traumatic the experience is. And it's really an awful conundrum, and it doesn't need to be like that. So I think that will be one really, really profound thing that we can do on the healthcare district board is re-envision mental health response in collaboration with police departments in the city. So those are different reasons I'm running. I just am really grateful for people taking time to show up, and I hope we can all have fun, and definitely at the end of this, we'll, eat and drink and all of those things. But just really thank you everyone for being here. I really appreciate it. And it's lovely to see everyone's face. On the note of healthcare workers, we have a Union Made song. Can someone put Russ, you already put the lyrics in, yeah? Are people ready for a sing-along? Should we mute ourselves as we sing?
I think it's up to
mute ourselves as we sing. All right, so on that note, I will pass the torch for more birthday celebration and get some music in so we can have some music in our lives.
All right, did
And
everybody
this is Russell Kilday Hicks. This is Allison's brother-in-law and a union organizer.
Yeah, I'm retired from San Francisco State. So does everybody get the lyrics? I sent them in the chat. So you're welcome to sing along. There once was a union maid who never was afraid of goons and gangs and company things and the deputy sheriffs who made the raid. She went to the union hall when a meeting it was called, and when the company boss came round, she always stood her ground. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Yeah, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union to the day I die. This union maid was wise to the tricks of company spies. She never got fooled by the company's fool. She always organized the guys. She always got her way. When she struck for higher pay, she'd show her card to the company guard, and this is what she'd say. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Yeah, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. You women who wanna be free, well, take a tip from me. Break out of that mold that we've been sold. You got a fighting her story, the fight for equal rights. With workers must unite, like Mother Jones, move them bones to the front of every fight. Oh, you can't
scare me, I'm sticking to the union.
I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Yeah, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. These union times are lean, corporations are dirty and mean. The union fight is more than right, it's all about democracy. If we run in fear of the boss, then our cause is really lost. But what scares me is we don't believe in the strength that'll set us free. Oh, you can't scare me,
I'm sticking to the union.
I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Yeah, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union Thank you.
Woo!
Happy birthday.
Woohoo!
And good luck with everything. Sounds really great.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Did we sing happy
Okay.
birthday?
It's Sally's turn if Sally Lieber is here.
Sally's up.
There it is. I'm unmuted now. Well, it's good that I'm unmuted because I have a few things to say about Miss Meghan. And I love that game because, you know, there's so much to know and so much to unpack about Meghan. And those were wonderful memories of Meghan's discussion group at the bookstore and all of the campaigns that she's been involved in. And the song that we just heard that was so radical is really appropriate because Meghan is radical because compassion is still radical. It really is. And we've got a good hospital district right now, but there is still a compassion gap there. And there's still a disconnect with the sectors of our community that need the care and the outreach the most and where it's the very most important. So I think, and I actually know that Meghan is going to bring that kind of intelligence to the board and deepen their work and not just make it about the numbers, but about the people in the community who really need the help, especially right now, as has been mentioned. And, you know, it also gives Meghan a platform to talk in wider audiences because, you know, everybody is equal, but elected people get a little more notice. And that's the kind of notice that I want Meghan's message to have. I want her voice to be amplified by being elected. And that's something that's really critical. And, you know, right now, our task is to get Meghan's voice and message out to the voters. And those ballots are going to be coming out really soon. They'll start being mailed around October 4th or 5th, and people will start making choices. And so it's up to us to not miss the boat, but to get Meghan's name out, to get her message out, to get this possibility out in every single way that we can before this election closes. And there will be many people who are going to vote early in this election. So we have to get Meghan out in front of all voters that we possibly can, as early as we possibly can. And I know that there's a volunteer form that's going to go up in the chat. And I really want everyone here to sign up for a shift, to do everything that you possibly can. I know people are volunteering for the presidential, they're working on those Senate races, they're doing everything. But truly, all politics is local, and we need Meghan. You know, I don't want to run into folks that wish that they had, and it's like November 10th, and Meghan's been elected, but you weren't on that bus. I want to get everybody on now at this point. And, you know, Meghan needs money to run this campaign. She needs money for the basics, stuff like paper, flyers, postage, everything that she's going to have to do to be able to reach out really effectively to the voters. So it's not like one person has to do it on their own, but we all need to chip in something. And it's better to give what you have to give sooner than to wait, you know, till later. Oh, maybe I'll give her a big sum later on. Do whatever you can to reach out to your family members, to your friends, to shake them down, to fleece them, to get them to give something now. Because a bird in the hand is so much better than one in the bush. And I just want to encourage everybody, this is the opportunity that we've been looking for in this community for a very long time. And I've been around Mountain View for 24 years, and I can count on less than the fingers of one hand when I saw someone like Meghan come along. And so do not miss this opportunity. Run like you stole it. Get her $5, get her $100, get her $500 to keep her running. To keep her running. We want her to run and run and run and run hard right now. And so I'm going to be giving tonight. And I want everybody else who is on this call or who has family members that, you know, they're out in the kitchen cooking something or they're out somewhere or whatever, tell them we need numbers. We need numbers of people to get on board with Meghan, okay? Because this is truly the opportunity that we've been waiting for. And I've seen a lot of people come and go through our area, and we have not had this opportunity in terms of the hospital district ever. So this is the time to step up. We need your volunteer help. A number of folks who are on here are collating literature. They're doing the outreach into the precincts. They're running up and down those apartment stairs. They're getting out into the mobile home parks and talking with folks. I hope you're going to also join us in phoning for Meghan and texting for Meghan. We got to put everything on the line with this one. That's how rare this opportunity is that we have to put everything on the line this time. And so I want us to just put a full court press into this, into Meghan, into getting her over the finish line, because she's going to serve us on that board, and she's going to serve the people who don't even know about that board because they never have a chance. They don't have a voice. They're not recognized in those meetings. They don't know to step up right there. And Meghan's going to be their voice, and she's going to bring their stories to that board. So thank you so much for being on the call, but this is just the beginning. This is how it starts. And we're going to take her all the way. We're going to take her all the way because we need Meghan. Okay? So thank you so much, Meghan, for running. If we didn't have you, we'd just be where we've been. And we got to break out of that now. We got to break out of it in a big way. And you are the way. So let's get her there, folks. Let's get Meghan over the line.
Thank you so much, Sally. I'm really honored by all of the words you've shared. I will fight.
Thank you.
I promise you that. Ellie, I think you're gonna wrap us up with one last plug.
Yeah, one last couple things. So, I mean, hi, my name is Ellie. You saw me earlier running a Kahoot. But the reason I know how to run a Kahoot is because I'm a senior at Mountain View High School. I've gone through our public school system, and I've seen our mental health crisis that's affecting our youth firsthand. But I met Meghan 6 months ago, and in maybe my first or second conversation with her, there was the most radical thing that happened, and that she just sat there and she listened. And she said, I understand that there is an issue here. I want to fight to change it. I understand that we're losing our students. How do we change it? I want to fight for you. I want to work with you, and I want to represent you. And that's stuck with me as I've gone through kind of trying to figure out how local politics works and where do you get involved. Meghan's campaign has always stood to me as the most obvious thing that needs to get done. We need mental health support. We need community support. We need someone who's going to listen to those around her, who's going to listen to those that need help and say, I hear you, I understand you, I support you, and this is what we're going to do to change things. We're going to stop talking about, implementing mental health programs, and we're going to do it. we're going to stop talking about taking care of our healthcare workers and we're just going to take care of them. We're going to start implementing a space where people can advocate for their needs, but know that when they say they need support, there's someone there to listen. And I know Sally already kind of started this, and I'll send the donation link again, but this campaign is a massive area. But if everyone here donated just $25, we could reach over 5,000 voters. And that's a lot. You know, I'm asking you as a student who has seen insane things and gone through an insane educational culture to stand with Meghan, to support Meghan, to do what you can. I tried to donate. Dave returned my check. So I'm asking you all to support her, to fight with us, to stand with us, and to get Meghan on this board where she can do something, where she can implement this tangible change that is so close, that is just out of our reach, that is so close that she can push. And I really hope all of you can donate what little you can, or as much as you're comfortable donating, that come out and walk with us, volunteer. We're getting yard signs on Friday. You know, like I said, masks are in the process of being made. Come with us, fight with us, and stand with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ellie. And
Meghan?
yes, Susan.
I wanted to know if you're ready.
Say that again, Susan.
I just wanted to make sure you were ready and somebody else at home was ready.
I think they might be. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. I will take this. This is not the only thing I'm saying, oh my Lord, about. There's also a dog. We love this dog more than is healthy, but yet it is healthy all at the same time. She's trying to steal my candle. Should I blow the candles out?
Well, we should all make a wish. We should all make a wish for Meghan.
What about, I think we need to sing happy birthday.
And then make
happy
a wish.
birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Yay!
Thank you guys. Thank you everyone for the kind words and believing me. I promise I will certainly fight with everything I've got to listen to people, to bring people together, and to make my being a representative actually about representing people, because that's where the power is. And I think we have an opportunity, and the world is changing right now, and I want to work with all of you who are all amazing in your own right. And you know, if you guys hang around, I'm happy to tell you why I think you're amazing. So stay around. My dog is trying to but thank you so much for joining, and like, feel free to hang out, and you can share poems or just chat or share, and get yourself a drink.
I want to say something, Meghan. Can I?
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, let's just party. But yes, go ahead, Anat.
I want to say something. I'm from Israel, and I saw Meghan last time, I think 12 years ago, something like this, in the conference you talk about. And the minute you write the invitation, I sign myself, and I'm sitting here and hear all the things you do, and all the things the people tell about you, and I'm exciting and proud of you. And I always think that you are very special as a young youth and young girl. And I'm in connection with your father for all these years, but I'm very sad that I'm so far from you to see, but I'm glad that I'm on this meeting to hear what you do, and I'm proud of you, very proud of you, and thank you.
I'm not one of those adults I met at the creative, yeah, one of those inspiring people who showed me how to show up in the world.
And it's 5 o'clock in the morning here, and I'm stay awake to be here in the meeting.
Right on.
Right on.
So is there music?
I can play music.
Underwater music, or are you gonna share your audio music?
I don't know how to, does anyone know easily how to share music?
You could.
Can I send them the Spotify playlist link? Oh yeah.
Okay, the playlist is amazing. I have the link, so I'm
Look
gonna
into some configuration options before you try that.
But Megan, if you open it in an internet browser, you could probably share a tab. I do this more on Google Meet than on Zoom, but when I share the audio from a tab, I guess you don't want the video to take over, but the audio works better that way when I'm playing it through the computer. But if you probably just like played it from a phone with your, microphone on, I feel like that should work too.
And then if we keep it quiet enough, we could still hear people talk too.
Yeah, this is a classic example of the lower tech solution is probably the better one, and teachers just get way wound up in making things harder than it needs to be.
I mean, you could do
Love
just
it.
share computer audio, but
I just wanted.
don't know.
I don't understand.
I just wanted to say one last thing, which is that Megan didn't introduce Alex Nunes, who is also running for Mountain View City Council, and I assume everybody knows he's half of a power couple. And
Megan's like 3/4 of it. I'm not gonna
okay, and Sally Lieber is also a candidate, and so is Josh Becker, not for the same seat, but I'm proud that we have so many dedicated people running. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Yeah,
Thank you, Susan.
this is my husband for those who haven't seen in a long time.
How did that happen? I don't know.
On a mountain in Santa Cruz during a pandemic.
And a lot of ticks.
There
A
were
lot of
ticks. There were ticks.
Something you can tell your grandchildren. You got ticks when you got married.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah,
day
they
after our
were.
wedding was like hanging out on the floor of the kitchen with a dog and like a flea comb. It was
And she's a black dog.
great.
So,
Fun times.
Yeah, she got a mug that says, a coffee mug that says, "Don't talk to me until you've had your wedding postponed by a pandemic."
Yeah. If anyone knows Natalie Bump from who I went to kindergarten through high school with, she sent me that. Yeah.
Well, shall we play some music and cheers?
Oh yeah, the music thing. Yeah, cheers if you have a cocktail, mocktail, better than not post. Yes, that is true. Cocktail or mocktail, then let's see, so many songs that I love. And I got to choose the songs.
Toast to Megan and Alex.
Well, to Megan's birthday.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Eva's like, good, Eva, that means you were partying the whole time.
If I know anything about Megan, she would want us to sing along to the song. So.
Yeah, Dina's getting it.
You know the song from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Ain't no wine enough to keep me from getting to you.
The spirit is there, Jeff. We really can have a dance party on Zoom. It's true.
I really wish Zoom would give everyone the same version of the Brady Bunch screen so we could actually coordinate like this business, because it's never the same for everybody else and it's just always a nightmare, but it'd be so fun.
All right.
Cheers. All right, another cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Sebastian,
We can
and
have,
everyone.
For any donation, we can give like a specific cheer individually, customized cheer for you. So, okay. Cheers,
Yeah, I know. What else should we cheers to? How about
Cheers to cheers.
cheers to Sally and Alex winning Mountain View City Council race and us having like some badass progressive folks on council.
Yes.
All right, I'll cheers to that, Sally.
Have another cheers.
Okay.
I agree.
Cheers to
I'll
Josh
drink to that.
Becker kicking some ass when he wins with the rest of us, and we will kick ass with you.
Yep. Can we
Cheers.
give like a gallon cheers to Josh for solving climate change for us? Thank you.
Yes.
No pressure.
For sure,
Yeah.
John.
Would appreciate that.
I'm working on it. Gonna do it, man. Gonna do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're the man, Josh. You can do it.
I'm gonna go work on my contribution right now.
Took me to Hamilton last year for my birthday.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was getting into.
Thank you for the donation. Thank you. You didn't know what you were getting. Us
Yeah.
listening to it like all
Yeah,
the time.
all the time.
Hey, it's a solid musical.
Was it better than the Disney show, Meghan? This is also please. Was the Hamilton better than the Disney show, the Disney version of it?
Oh, I see what I have to do. I have to spot. Okay, I'm gonna pause Spotify.
Or put the volume down on Spotify.
I think the Disney one is deep as a stage version.
Was the Disney better? Was the Disney one version better than the live version of Hamilton?
You know, what do you think? What did you think?
I think the live one was just as good, except, and I wish that I didn't let it get to me, but there was somebody behind us the whole time who
Oh
like,
my
and I love
goodness.
singing along, but I'd never seen it, and she kept going like, how did she do?
So, okay, we were trying to enjoy Hamilton for the first time, and, you know, there was someone behind us who clearly had seen it way too many times and was not afraid to show it. And, you know, we're literally sitting and trying to like get into it, and someone behind us is like kind of like this, and every time like some kind of killer line comes in, she goes, "Hey!" And then we were the first time we were just like, "All right, cool," you know, she's getting, and then like 5 seconds later, "Hey!" And then Megan was just like, and then she turned around and was like, "Will you not?"
No, I didn't. I was like,
in the most polite, sweet way.
I was like,
Wow.
I really love singing along too. It was
Radical compassion. I was ready to.
That's awesome. That is so awesome.
Yeah.
But now we can't help but do the eighth until to
Oh
this
my
day.
God.
Like we can't not do that.
Yeah, now we just hey, yeah, it's
every
yeah, no consent in the encoding.
So,
No
I
consent.
want to ask you a question. What did you learn? Are you using anything that we learned from the Be the Change, our Be the Change inaugural class stuff? Did it help?
Yeah. So we were in. Do you want to tell them what the Be the Change class was?
So yeah, this is hosted Luis Pacheco. So Megan and I were classmates in the inaugural Be the Change. It was a South Bay Labor Council program that was put together by the South Bay Labor Council to basically teach progressives like us to become leaders in the movement. I mean, just to either become campaign directors or managers or actually run for office. And it was such a cool program where it was so focused on labor, so focused on us. I mean, it is so awesome. It was an awesome group of people, and we had the greatest time. It was every Friday. It was like during lunch hour or something like that. But it was a great experience. It was all on virtual, but it was a cool class where we learned about everything from how to finance our campaigns to how to drum up support, how to canvass, social media. And I thought it was a great experience. So yeah, it was so cool. And I'm really happy, and I feel privileged that I was with Megan, as she was my classmate. So it was awesome.
Yeah,
Really cool.
it was really awesome. I think a couple things. I mean, I think a lot of it is just like stuck in there without even. It's just become part of like my brain repertoire. But
Become
when
your
we
DNA,
did
right? It's become incorporated your DNA, right? Your DNA. Yeah, totally cool.
the training where we wrote our pitch,
Yes,
was really helpful because you know, I just did it and I was like, oh, I'm not going to I'll probably have to edit this a lot over time, but just like knowing like, okay, this is about healthcare workers. This is about transparency, and this is about like, that was really helpful. And thinking about what your story is and why, like, that's been really actually challenging in a way to be like, wait, how did I become who I am? Like, why, like, how did this happen? What's my like authentic story?
The elevator
and
pitch.
then
Our
I think,
elevator pitch. Yes.
yeah. And then Ash coming on when he was saying like, don't go, and I haven't listened enough. I do need to go door to door more than I have been. But when he was saying don't spend too much time seeking endorsements, people get really caught up in like trying to get every person on earth to endorse them. Like, get out there and talk to voters. Don't spend, I loved that. Yeah, I loved that. So that was helpful. But now I need to actually do more of that.
Definitely go, you gotta definitely go on the south side of Los Altos. You gotta get those people, those folks. I used to live down there, so I can.
Wait, you're saying you could help with the south side of Los?
Yeah, I used to live down there, so I lived on Grant Road.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Old Avenue and Grant and all that good stuff, so I can go and help.
Because I know Mountain View, but Los Altos is new territory for me.
No, I know pretty much the whole neighborhood. I know Lynette, the mayor, so I could talk.
Maybe even though I just said forget about endorsements, maybe we can.
I can talk. I mean, she's having a tough race running for city council again. So.
Hey, Megan.
Yeah.
This is John Fox, and I'm going to. I have to step away for a moment, but I just want to pause for a moment. Just thank you and thank Sally, and maybe especially thank Ellie for talking so deeply about listening and how necessary and needed that is. I felt coming from each of you that real dedication to the experience of listening and being listened to. So I want to just thank you for that.
Thank you, and thank you for